Any interesting experiences, Stephen?
Well,
Already knowing. Already knowing what
it
happened.
was a little awkward at first. There was height.
You mean Genevieve was taller than you?
The mannequin started following her down.
For just a few moments there, Stephen and the mannequin were dancing.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes. Your hair and makeup is perfect. You're so far away from the mic, everybody got to talk loud because we don't have a mic. Well, we got a mic.
Where's the mic?
It's right here. Couldn't get it hooked up.
Yeah.
We don't know how to hook it up. This is the mic. It's not hooked up. So if you can't hear us, my fault. We didn't know how to hook it up. We're newbies at this. Hope this is okay. Hope everybody can hear us okay. Hope there's not too much wind. This is Filipina and the Foreigner. And these are our special guests.
Stephen Thomas,
Jenny B.
my fiance.
Just my friend Jenny B.
So this is Genevieve and Stephen. Mahal.
Yeah.
Me. So, you know, they've been visiting here in this place, but now they're going to live, right? So I think you start, Stephen, tell us your story. You started, you wanted to come here to visit first.
Yes.
And tell us how everything changed for you.
Well, it changed pretty quickly. I just planned on a test visit, 30 days. I met through you, Bella and Carl, Genevieve. And, you know, I was very lucky to meet her, and we connected really well on a long-distance relationship, communication, you know, everything went well. And 3 days before I come over, I'm behind schedule and need to move everything and sell things and try and get organized. And I realized that once time is to come back, I would have to come back again, right? So once I leave the Philippines, I go back to the U.S., then I have to start immediately planning my trip back to the Philippines, right? And as I develop a relationship, and she'd want to know when I'm coming back. And I thought to myself, there's never going to be a good time to say permanently, I'm going to move. It's always going to break relationships or break contracts or make a break with the USA and start a new life in the Philippines. And I told her, I said, honey, I think that I might have to postpone a week because I'm not ready, I'm behind schedule. I thought I broke her heart. I heard it break on the floor. She dropped her heart. It was like glass, you know, it was just silence. And I could feel it over the phone, halfway around the world. And it crushed her, you know. And I thought, but the more I think about it, maybe I'll just come over and stay. And I thought about it, and it was kind of a ridiculous thing to say at the time, but trying to make her feel better and myself feel better. But the more I thought about it, I said, you know what? Maybe it makes sense. Maybe now's the time, while you guys are still here, to just break with the United States and just move and stay.
Yeah, on that thought, what do you suggest to other foreigners? Like a lot of times they happen upon a video like this, they're trying to make a decision to come here. Do you suggest people do what you do? What do you recommend?
For me, it was always going to be a tough break. So many connections, businesses, and you know, for me it was the only way. I just have to make a break. And that's called pull the trigger. And the sooner you do it, I think the better it is. The longer you wait, you're wasting time. And you're stuck in the past, you're afraid to move forward to the future. What I decided is I saw the future for me was better than my past. I saw the past closing down for opportunities, for my lifestyle. I was just going in circles. The daily life was not improving, it was just staying the same or getting worse. And I thought, now's the time. So it was easy. They have a saying, when one door opens, the other door closes. So I saw the two doors open. I could do either. I could go in and out and back and forth, but I thought that it was actually better to go through the door. As soon as that door, I went through it, I saw the other doors close, and I was instantly into my better lifestyle, my better future. So it was easy for me to make that choice, especially once I was on the airplane. I knew I was finished, And I tell you, I've never felt lighter in my life. Now I don't have a pocket full of keys. I don't have a pocket full of paperwork. The phone's not ringing off the hook. My life is now truly retired from my past, and now I'm going into the future. We'll be doing some farming. We'll be doing little businesses here in her name, and I'll be helping, assisting, and guiding. And then we'll be traveling. We'll do some YouTube content, content creation. So that whole chapter is what I've been dying to do, and I just flipped the switch. So for me, it was easy.
Now, first when we met, I anticipated the slow motion meeting in the airport, loving each other like this. But when we got here, she had a nice banner for me. She had a really welcome banner, kind of like held hands and kind of nervously went on with her day. And for the first day or so, it was kind of uncomfortable a little bit. How was it for you guys? Genevieve, speak up. What was it like?
Unzip them out.
Slow motion, right?
Unzip them out.
How was it really?
Yeah.
Because our experience is not like that in the social media. Like they're hugging each other. Hugging is normal.
Yeah.
But running towards each other and then
Speaking praise. We didn't get it.
No.
We missed out.
It's
I'll
awkward.
tell you a funny story.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story because from my perspective, I'm coming off the airplane. I got one heavy bag I'm carrying, and then the other bag I'm rolling. So I see them, and they're on the other side of the line, and they have a fence there. So I see her brother, I see her daughter and some relatives, her camera, and then I see her running, trying to get to the gate, and the daughter, and when we actually met, so I saw her running, so we had part of that, romantic thing, but when we actually met, there was a height difference. And,
You mean Genevieve was taller than you?
I was expecting, probably only a 2-inch difference, based on our verbal description of each other, and so it was a little awkward at first. I'm carrying the bags. I anticipated also dropping my bags and, hugging her and sweeping her up off her feet, lifting her. But then I was afraid if I dropped the bag, somebody's going to take my bag.
Yeah, exactly. That's true, Stephen.
And then, my passport, there goes my passport, my cameras, and my whole identity is gone. And then I tried to hug her, so we hugged, right? And then, but I ended up kissing her forehead because that's where our height difference was. Whereas I want to kiss her on the cheek, or on the neck, or on her lips.
Yeah, I think Mahal got my belly button.
Yeah. But Genevieve will tell you. She talks. She can tell you.
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot, talk.
That's a segue.
What's your opinion about the first meet?
Yeah, my first meet with Steven. Yeah, first I'm shy. Yeah, I am shy.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know what to do. First meet.
The first time it's like we are in
Yeah.
shaking a little bit,
Yeah.
nervous.
I could tell she was nervous. So I just did my best to create a stability for her. Say, rubbing her back. It's great to see you. I smoothed her down, talked to her, and then we had her daughter. I said, let's get a daughter, and we'll have a big, I call it a Marvy sandwich, where we all three are hugging each other. And so that kind of solidified that moment. It's a memory. We have it on a picture. One of the relatives took a picture. So, I knew that we tried to create things for memories. So everything I did for her, I tried to create a memory.
Since you've been here, any interesting experiences, Stephen?
Well,
Already knowing what happened.
Yeah. I'm famous.
Maybe a department store.
Yeah, they know when the foreigners are coming. They talk, on the walkie-talkie. The foreigners are coming. They're walking up the front access.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I told Genevieve, I said, look, I heard on the radio, they said the foreigners are coming. And then I point to all the guards, and you can see all the guards started pointing their heads and looking at us walking in, a point of interest. And but what happened was, other than normal, I was just walking in the store, minding my own business, following the other people. I was last in line. But I turned my head slightly because I looked at something, something caught my eye. Oh yeah, I know what it was. It was the jewelry store. The whole jewelry store was in a safe. It was like a big walk-in safe. I'd never seen the whole front of a vault. Was the whole front. I mean, it was floor to ceiling. The whole door was the vault, just like a safe. So I was busy looking at that, marveling at the construction of the safe door. And when I turned back around, I knew where I was. I was walking past a mannequin, but my toe hit the little stand, this little box stand.
No, I saw it differently. I saw like the mannequin jumped in front of you.
Well, the mannequin definitely was jolted.
I think the mannequin jumped in front of him. What happened?
The mannequin got a kick. So all of a sudden the mannequin got jostled, and it's not like glued together or anything. It's like you've seen the blocks where you try to take one block out and something, it all fall down. The mannequin started falling down.
So for just a few moments there, Stephen and the mannequin were dancing.
Yeah. Pieces of the mannequin and I. The head, the arm, the torso, and parts were going into the Christmas tree, like a domino effect. So I'm slow motion. I see the mannequin fall apart, and the going into the Christmas tree starting to fall down. And I said, "Oh my God!" And right away, out of instinct, I said, "Oh, accident. Sorry."
Yeah.
And security guard came right up. I said, "No problem." He says, "Okay." He's helpful. But then you can tell what happened after that.
So now he's starting a movie, Dancing with Mannequins.
Yeah.
We got more foreigners coming. Oh my goodness, Mindanao is getting filled with foreigners. What do you think about being in Mindanao? People think it's pretty scary on YouTube. Say, don't go to Mindanao. What's your thoughts? You've been here for a little while.
Well, because we go to wherever you guide us, I love it. It's an agricultural area. We go into the stores that are good, the malls that are good, the roads that are good. We stick to the main portions of town, or where the province where Genevieve has family, and Wella has family also. They're close by neighbors. So, from that perspective, yeah, it's perfectly safe.
Now, like a lot of people watching YouTube, they're very familiar with places like Dumaguete, for example.
Right.
A lot of the YouTuber guys are up there in Dumaguete, so they hear a lot about Dumaguete. A lot of people just instantly think, go to Dumaguete.
Yeah.
So you never went to Dumaguete.
So my purpose, my goal is to meet somebody, specifically somebody like Genevieve and her daughter, create a small family. I had a relationship coach I worked with for a couple months during the summer, and I envisioned and manifested this type of relationship, this type of lifestyle. So when I found her online, we hit the ground running, everything connected well, and so I immediately just come here to set up a place to live, to set up a farm life, to set up a digital nomad life, and to raise a family. So I have really no interest in meeting other people other than the people I've already met online. I have some friends, so I'd like to meet them and say hello. But I'm not, let's say, trying to go out and be popular with the expat community. I'm not trying to meet more Filipinas because I've already found the Filipina I want. And we're perfect together. I'm perfectly happy. And she's perfectly happy. So we have a 30-year age gap. And so I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, which leads me to another thought. Like a lot of people, there's an ongoing controversy all the time. Two sides for this meeting online, dating online. Some people say don't do it. Other people are for it. And lots of controversy around, LDR, long distance relationship. Right. What's your your thought about it? Because you guys met online,
right,
and now you're here together and you're committed.
Right.
So, tell us your thoughts of your story.
I actually like it because that way, without having to see him in person, you actually get to know him better. You get to talk on all sorts of subjects. It's up to the couple to cover interesting and conversations that have, let's say, important value and life decision type of goals that you can discuss and make sure you're aligned with. When you see somebody in person, you're more aware of how somebody looks, how they smell, you very lightly touch on those subjects, and it's more about, okay, what kind of food you want, or at least what you want to do for entertainment, and you delay those conversations, and you might be attracted to somebody, but then you're not aligned with the values. So I actually like to get aligned with my values first. I did tell her that let's be friends first, let's get to know each other as friends, and then we'll go from there. And so I basically used the LDR as a filter to make sure that I'm meeting the right type of person, that is my person I want as a wife and build as a family. And so I much prefer it. Now the other problem that I see is if you talk to somebody too soon before you're ready to go. I think that's a big mistake. So I talked to her about 2 months before was it 2 months or 1 month? I think 1 month before I was coming. 1 month.
1 month?
Yeah.
2 months?
2 months is even too long.
Oh.
Because by that time, if everything is a go and you align, then you're missing them and you're just too, then the stress of being an LDR is actually very, very hard.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt that right away. So that's the other reason why I said, once I come over, I'm just going to stay. Because I knew by that point she was transparent, she's authentic. And I might add that everybody I told that I was coming over, I've already made up my mind. They said, no, don't. It's a big mistake. That's people in the United States and here in the Philippines. Oh, you can't do it. But I'm not a dating type of person where I'm let's say a chick boy, where I just want to go out on 10, 20, 40, 100 dates. And then I want to pick, who I want based on options
More
and
options.
looks. Yeah. Once I like somebody and fall, connected, then that's the person for me. And
What more do people want?
well, that's the key. So when you're a woman and you're looking for a man, you always find a man who's got more money or handsomer or better lifestyle, better job. As a man, you're always going to find a woman who's younger, prettier, maybe sometimes better job, more intellect. So the person who you think is perfect for you right then is not necessarily who you might be happy with if that's your mindset, if you're always looking for your best option. But if you're the type of person who can make a commitment and you already know what you want, and you feel that the person fills that gap, before I even came, she had a very serious operation. Hospital was possibly life-threatening, and that seemed to bond us even closer together.
That's great.
And I think a lot of people would have maybe said, no, maybe things changed, and, maybe you're not the one for me. And but since I already knew that who she was for me, it made us actually stronger together.
Yeah, I think it's good to have a little testing.
Yeah,
thing
so we got tested very early.
Prove
And
your love, dedication.
I'm a cancer survivor, so I know what it's like to be in a hospital and feel like you're on your own.
How's your first 3 nights?
Oh, really?
That was,
So
that was
you know what?
cut to the chase,
when
right?
when Stephen is here, like, oh my goodness, I receive a lot and lots of messages looking for foreigner, and even Genevieve, my friend, she received a lot, and even like sometimes I can say that sometimes they're rude, sometimes stupidity questions. Yeah, because like I understand their situation because Genevieve also like their story is really one of a kind story. I receive a lot of messages because her situation is like to others like, oh, how come she had this kind of amazing man, and while her situation, so they said, Wayne, can you give me a foreigner too? Like,
How many you got in your back pocket?
I'm for sale.
yeah, because
Pull out the list.
I'm up for auction.
actually, guys, she was really sick before they meet. Yeah, and people say, really, seriously, like, oh, she's so blessed. Like everybody is like, oh, she's so blessed. And if she can have that kind of foreigner, why can't I? Give me a foreigner. It seems like the foreigner is just like there, and I give it to them. It's like
Well, the other thing I will tell you that not all foreigners are the same.
yeah,
that's a good
yes,
A lot of foreigners come over here, and they want the options. They want, let's say, their best option. And I will tell you that they are self-centered, maybe, and they're looking for maybe a younger Filipina.
A
They're
trophy.
looking a trophy Filipina, and I was looking for somebody who's beautiful and intelligent on the inside, and so that was always my goal. And she is pretty, and she is beautiful, and even after the surgery, after her life-threatening operation and recovery, she's just as beautiful. We even make fun of it. Because it's really doesn't matter to us. Our bodies are going to change. That's what a lot of people don't realize.
Mahal told me I got handsomer. She said, you were really ugly when you were younger.
yeah,
That's what
it's,
she
it's
told
really
me.
true. I even shared that to Genevieve. Like, you know what? When he's young, oh, I don't find him handsome.
You're kind of ugly.
Well, as we
Thanks.
say in America, you got hit with the ugly stick.
Yeah, a couple times apparently. Well, we got our
They're
visitors
coming.
coming, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have to wrap up. Well, you can sit here until we wrap
no,
up. They gotta come down the road.
No,
We're watching our visitors come
Well,
down
we
the
can.
road. Well,
But I would tell you that, to be fair, not all foreigners are equal. And I find you and Wang very, very nice. Very, very helpful.
yeah, passing the money under the table. Couldn't you?
Yeah. And so that's a blessing.
And tell us about you. You're hoping to set up with some property maybe, or is that something
Yeah,
you want to
so-
talk about or not?
Yeah, so no, I will. So this is just some plans, but Genevieve has relatives that have properties for sale. My goal would be to try to, her dad passed away, and she was very close to her dad. And he was a big farmer years ago, him and his wife. My goal would be to contribute to that legacy, try to help rebuild his farm, buy property back again, rebuild upon it, a tiny home, and live off the farm and the land and give her that farm life back again that she grew up with, and give it back to her daughter, her farm life, and then create a legacy for her and mostly for her daughter when we're gone, that she can carry on with her new family when she gets married, her kids. So as time goes on, time ebbs and flows, life changes. So I want to try to help rebuild her family legacy, and with the help of her brothers and her cousins, aunts, and uncles. And we all kind of just work together again as a farm life.
And we mentioned Dumageddon earlier, so we'll promote it here because we don't want anyone else to come here. We don't want to ruin Mindanao.
I agree. I agree.
So we're not going to tell you how good Mindanao is.
Right.
We're just going to tell you, yeah, you heard it. Go to Dumageddon.
Yeah. And
Yeah, we're
there's
kidding.
other places there that people are promoting, all the beaches.
Yeah.
And so this lifestyle up in the agriculture area, the mountains, the hills, it's just perfect for me. Love the weather.
The weather, the way it functions here, like a lot of places in the Philippines, of course, you got to watch out for the typhoons and the flooding and things of that nature. Here, it's pretty solid, right? This
Yeah, it is.
immediate area.
Yeah.
When they have real terrible weather, we might have cloudy or a little bit of rain or something, but it's always, quite stable, right? So
Yeah.
it's a good stable place.
Yeah.
So,
And
actual
I-
fact,
And I find the people here, and I think every region, you'll find the Filipino people different, right? So each region, the people are a little bit different, the customs and culture. But I find the Mindanao people here super friendly.
Oh yeah,
Very nice.
really nice.
And we're talking about rural people, right? So they'll give you all their effort. They'll give you a hand. They'll smile at you, help you. So I've had a perfect trip over here. I've had a perfect time here. And you asked about our relationship once we got here. It was a little nervous when we first met each other. That ended the very first night. I did everything to calm her and smooth her out. And second, she felt like we'd been together forever. she bought us those T-shirts. It was already on order, so we put them on.
He has this cool T-shirt.
It
What's it say? Tell
says
us again.
I'm the boss, and on hers it says she's the real boss.
Yeah.
And,
Seeing
so
Stephen
she's
walk out with those was so funny.
It's a couple.
yeah, it's what a couple. So she's very quiet and she's very reserved, but at the same time she's very very intelligent. She's speaks perfect English, understands everything, all my jokes.
I was just going to ask about
Yeah.
the language communication thing. Myself and Mahal, we still have trouble sometimes.
Yeah.
Genevieve, what's it really like? Do you have some trouble sometimes? Help me out.
I probably talk too fast, but she seems to understand everything. In the beginning, I asked her specifically, are you sure that you're happy? Do you enjoy being with me? I asked her all the questions. The age gap, does it bother you? Or how does it bother your family? Asked her all the questions, even after we met, just to make sure. And then we had a romantic time together the second night. And where, you know, I had a bunch of cards, romantic cards that I bought pre-purchased, and then I proposed to her. So,
Yeah, congratulations.
yeah, so she's officially my fiance,
Yeah, congratulations.
I'm super happy.
Now you have to look forward to all the paperwork of the Philippines.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to deal with. Yeah.
Well, we better wrap up. We have another friend of ours visiting, another foreigner. This place here is loaded with foreigners. In this building, at this present moment, there's a foreigner guy living downstairs. There's two of us living upstairs, and there's another guy coming. Here he is, look. Ray and Gigi.
Hey, Gigi.
We'll probably just sum up our video right here. We'll just wrap this one up for now.
Hey,
and
Ray.
say thank you to Stephen and Genevieve.
Nice to meet you, my
No,
friend.
already out the video.
Same
We'll see you next time.
They come back to their country and start back. 2 days later, second time, 2 days later. White building from up over there.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.